Sometime during like mid-January 2013, this guy named Toby Fox was like, "Yo, I want to make a video game." 2 years later, during September 15th, he dropped it and it went fucking crazy. I'm doing this because I want to. Simple as that. But also because it's been 9 years, and what a better way to celebrate. If you were watching this video, I am gonna work under the assumption that you've seen or played this game probably around the time that it was its most popular, so like 2015, 2016 kinda era. Yeah, so I'm just not, I don't think I have to explain the tutorial very much. That is, at least until we meet our favorite little ghost guy. Unfortunately, this is a really quick fight. I personally didn't think much of this fight when I was younger and first saw it, but returning to it 9 years later, it's pretty cute. Toriel is definitely a character that I can appreciate more as an adult than a child. She's a great counter to Flowey, who is the first character that you meet. Instead of being all murdery, she's very loving and cuddly, which only made saying goodbye even harder. It actually made me really sad. I don't even want to get into how bad the community slaughtered Sans as a character. It's so tragic. I genuinely believe that this kind of stuff was a big reason why the fandom died the way that it did. I think I could honestly just end this segment here if I really wanted to, and it would be perfectly fine because I think this is probably the most popular part of the game. because it has the two most iconic characters, debatably, in the entire game. Papyrus is just a perfect character, man. I mean, there's not much more that can be said about that. He's just kind of perfect. Everything about him, from his design to his personality, is incredibly charming. And that has not changed as I've gotten older. I've actually laughed more as I've gotten older because of his antics. I think where Toby Fox really shines in terms of beauty is 100% in Waterfall. This part of the game is way prettier than it ever needed to be. Not that I'm complaining, of course, but more towards a different topic. Undyne. Undyne as a character didn't really impact me as much as it does now from when I was wee little. I feel like it takes a lot of life experience and a lot of the stresses that come with getting older and getting more responsibility in life to truly understand the weight of selflessness. Now, when I say that, you might think that's kind of funny, considering, at least towards the start of Undyne's character arc, she is undeniably racist. Whether you want to say rightfully so or not, I'll leave that up to you. But depending on the route that you go down, can vastly dictate where she goes and progresses or regresses as a character. And at least in the pacifist route, and another route that we'll talk about later, yeah, she's just, she is significantly more interesting to me now. There is a lot to unpack with Hotland. I often hear that Hotland is kind of like a fall-off point for many people who play the game or have watched the game, which, I mean, fair enough, honestly, with, in my opinion, significantly less interesting or vibrant characters, I guess, and then, like, the very puzzle-based level design. Yeah, I can understand how that's not a lot of people's cup of tea. But man, does the soundtrack slap. Something that was brought to my attention fairly recently is how underutilized the Purple Soul, like, gameplay is. And going back and playing against Muffet, abso-fucking-lutely. It is a very unique little thing. It's very unique. And another thing I really wish that they did more of in the game was just like addressing more soul mechanics further. Like, yeah, you have like orange, and that means don't stop moving, and you have what does patience even do? Honestly, I don't really have a lot to say about Metaton, other than he's... they're a fun character. They are quite a fun character, they're very playful. They add some flavor. Nice. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm working under the assumption that you've already played or seen this game within the almost decade that it's been out. So I'm not gonna, like, recap everything detail by detail. But, man, no matter how many times I play this game over and over again, this segment always hurts so bad. It really does come back full circle with Asgore's character, because, man, does this whole segment make Asgore's character, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most, interesting character in the entire game. I cannot tell you how painfully underrated this character really is. From taking a chance after being shown how ruthless humanity really is by adopting a human child, to then being reminded how cruel the world really is, getting lost in anger and grief, to remorse later on. But that's just the neutral ending. The true pacifist ending, from my knowledge, requires you to get through a neutral ending, reload your file, and then come back. Go on this date with Alphys. True lab time. I have something to confess. This is actually the first time I've ever been in the True Lab, because this is my first ever pacifist run. True pacifist run, I should say. The reason why? I couldn't really tell you. What I could tell you, though, is that Toby Fox could probably make a really good horror game if he really wanted to. I'm not even gonna cap. This guy kinda kicked my ass for no reason. These characters that Toby have made had impacted my childhood far more than I'm sure the creator could ever even imagine. I cannot imagine my 5th grade year without Undertale being a very big part of it. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank Toby Fox for creating this masterpiece of a game that I hope will be remembered for decades to come. In all honesty, I don't really want to spend too much time just recapping the same areas and characters over again. Not to mention the genocide run is just objectively way more repetitive and boring than the pacifist or neutral run. But it does exist and it is a fan favorite. So I'm gonna cover it anyway. If there's one thing for certain, going from true pacifist straight into genocide definitely makes me feel like a monster. I'm honestly struggling to find any words to say right now, because what is there really to say that I already haven't? I mean, it doesn't help that the genocide route cuts so much content because, I mean, you were literally just the fucking worst. Going up against Undyne during the genocide route was one of the first ever times I genuinely wanted to lose while playing a video game. Do you remember when I said I wanted to lose for the first time ever? Or how, when I was first analyzing Undine, I said, we'll talk about that later, addressing how her character can develop? Well, here you go. By this point, I'm sure you get the point. You kill, you kill, you kill, and then you just go to the next area. But I'm sure if you've made it this far, you know what's coming next. If you've made it this far in the video, I would like to say thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe. I don't make a lot of content like this, but hey man, if it shows results, then it shows results.